Back on trail. Next resupply will be in 7 days, 6 to 7 days. We're gonna go try and make it all the way to Lake City. And then from there, we've only got one more resupply and we'll be done with this trail. Kind of nuts. Reasonable climb today, but it's supposed to be toasty. So let's get going. How do we know it's the day after a resupply day? There are chips hanging out of the back of the pack. Yum! 7-day resupplies and hills don't really go well together. We'll get it. Up there's where we're going. Morning. We're on the stretch of the trail that allows dirt bikes, which seems really weird to me to be sharing a trail with dirt bikes, but we got up pretty early in the morning and hopefully we'll be through that section before it gets too bad. It's also a Tuesday, so it shouldn't be horrible. But hike. Show them how much you love this terrain, Jennifer.
The best.
Sun is up. We are out and hiking. Today should be a good day. We're going to break the 300-mile marker today, which means we have less than 200 to go. We're in the middle of a 12-mile water carry. I thought the water carries were done, but hauled a bunch of water up last night to campsite, so we should be good. But yeah, some smaller climbs today, but nothing major. Let's go get to it. Mile 300, only 185 to go. It just seems like yesterday we were coming into Frisco in mile 100. Got some decent rain last night. Got to try out the tent. Held up pretty well. Could have been better, but I think part of that's just we're not used to setting it up yet. Bit more of a climb today. Should be pretty cruisy. Got 20 miles in yesterday, but I don't have anything to say, so let's just keep hiking. A lot of people hate road walks, but I'm just grateful to be able to walk without having to keep my eyeballs right down on my feet because of all the rocks and scree and stuff. Don't know how long this will go, but it's supposed to be a nice rolly 20 miles or so, so we should be able to get another 20 in today. Ladies, do you mind if we move on through? Thank you. It was quite a day of road walking yesterday. We managed 22 miles. We're serenaded all night by the lovely cows, and woke up this morning to our tent being frozen. I don't know if it's because we're getting later into the summer and earlier into the fall, or if it's just where we're at. Day and a half out of Lake City. Really looking forward to getting dry and getting warm. Oh, and food. Always food. Got some of the best kind of trail magic. Somebody gave us some fresh fruit. You can keep your big old tents with your pancake feeds and stuff. Nothing's more special than being in the middle of nowhere and having somebody give you a piece of fruit. We've reached the Continental Divide. Whee! Town day. It was pretty brutal yesterday, and today promises to be brutal as well. We had, I want to say, 4 up and down climbs yesterday, and we've got technically another 4 today. We got up really early because there's apparently a shuttle into Lake City if we can manage to get there by noon. So that's our goal today. It's the face of ultimate suffering. Back on trail again after a 0 in Lake City. We decided to change it up and stay at the Raven's Rest Hostel instead of a motel. First night was pretty good. Everybody was pretty chill, but the second night was a little bit more rowdy, and we had a full house. But we are about 3 days out from Silverton, which will be our last resupply before we finish this trail. We walked across that a couple of days ago. Definitely getting colder. Today's going to see us over the high point of the Colorado Trail at 13,259 feet. And then as of tomorrow, we should be less than 100 miles to go. That little scree spot might have been the scariest part of the trail so far. There was just nothing to hold on to, and it's nothing but loose rock. It's a cold one last night. We will be crossing the 100-mile mark today, and hopefully we'll be getting back down to tree line today, so it'll start being a little warmer at night. Going into Silverton tomorrow. Hopefully we're gonna try and catch the train. That's gonna be cool. Today is a good day. We have 400 miles. We're going into town, and we're doing it style on a steam train. Let's get going. Oh, so it was a little confusing getting back on trail from the train. If you hitch, you miss like a 5-mile segment from the road trailhead to where the railroad was. If you deal directly with the train conductor or the porters, they know that you're a hiker and that you're only going like 15 miles on the trail, so the ticket is considerably cheaper than the full ticket, which is what the main counter and the people in Silverton and the phone number for the train, that was all they would do. Thankfully, we won't have to go down Mullis Pass to touch the train tracks and then climb back up. That would have taken most of the day. Now we're just back on trail, and we'll be able to finish it off. Well, I guess I could have just walked on the train tracks rather than climbing back up to the trail. But I'm a bit of a masochist, and I didn't think we had enough climbing to do today. That's next. Let's get going. how much easier a couple thousand feet drop in elevation makes a climb. This is almost easy. We are on the home stretch. We have less than 75 miles to go to Durango, and we're gonna try and do it in 4 days. Because on day 5, the heavens open up, and we get thunder and lightning and rain for the next several days. So we better get moving. We're the 50-mile mark. If we can keep these 20s up, it'll be 2.5 days and we'll be done with this trail. It's kind of nuts. There is apparently, though, some kind of mountain bike race event thing that is using this stretch of the trail. We're racing to get out of that section before they start, so they're not spending all day dodging mountain bikes. Let's get going. Well, according to Gut Hook, we have a 17-mile water carry with, if that isn't enough, we have a dry camp in the middle of that. So, got the water bladder full, carrying way more water than I really want to be, but we should be okay. "32 miles to go. It's kind of crazy to think that. Should be done sometime tomorrow afternoon. We got one more day of fun climbs and ridge walks and supposedly some kind of knife's edge. Should be interesting to see. Let's get going. So that was the last big climb of the trail. Enjoy the views because it's all downhill from here. Whee! CT's given us a final farewell thunderstorm. Fortunately, we're way under where we were up at 12,000 there, and we're in the woods now, but still, it seems like the CT's trying to send us off in style. Big old climbs, traverses down, and now thunderstorms. Day 36, our last day on the CT. We are 11 miles from the trailhead, and then we are good to go into Durango and eat all the food we can cram in our face, get into a hotel room, take a shower, clean laundry, pick up things like deodorant and soap, smell nice. Whew, I'm looking forward to it. You know the saying, never quit on a bad day. This has been the first trail where I've actually felt like that's the case. The first couple of days were in the 90s. I was sick to my stomach. I couldn't even drink water. Couldn't acclimatize to the altitude. Then by day 3, we set up our tent. Starts hailing on us. Starts raining. The monsoons roll in. Thunder directly overhead. Meanwhile, my tent is leaking. I'm sitting on my sleeping pad, trying to keep everything I can possibly dry. Failing at that. I didn't think this trail was for me. I didn't think I was going to be able to cut it. We came back down into Bailey, stayed the night, got dried off. We kind of talked about it, and we're like, okay, let's just go ahead and get to Frisco. Because we went to this much trouble, we got to see if at least we can keep going. The next day out of Bailey was actually one of my favorite on the trail. The hills weren't that bad. My body had started adjusting a little bit. My nausea went down. So we were like, okay, yeah. Still don't know if this trail is for us, but let's just keep going to the next town and we'll see how we feel there, and we'll check in. Day out of Frisco was a really tough climb, and we wound up under a thunderstorm again up at the top. It was much better than before. We were ready for it. That same day, one of the people that we were hiking with had a bad day, decided she was going to quit. You know, it was sad, but, you know, that's just the way it is sometimes. It was a bit of a morale blow. Then we decided to keep on going, and next thing you know, we're in Leadville, getting ready to do the collegiates. And at that point, we went from, I don't think we can do it, to maybe we can do it, but we don't know, to, yeah, I think I can do this. And then next thing you know, Salida rolls around, and then Silverton, and it's like we went from, I think we can do this, to, hey, we're actually going to be able to do this. I didn't think I was going to actually make it this far. And here we are, less than 10 miles from the end of the trail, and we're going to finish.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you, on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Ooh.
Oh my God.
leave this city. Strive to the
Holy hell.
I'm gonna have to pee on myself.
yeah, the countryside is so pretty with the wind blowing.
Good job, Kevin.
Oh, good job. Oh, let's go home.
That was so good.